If you feel strange about doing well financially, you have a blueprint issue. You have a subconscious issue. If you ever feel insecure about network marketing at all, even an ounce of insecurity about network marketing, you have a blueprint issue. You have a subconscious mind issue. What most people, how they manifest this is they start by apologizing. They apologize, I'm sorry, I know you're busy, I know you're successful, I'm just nothing, and you know, they apologize like crazy. Yeah. They throw out the objections. I know you might not have the time, I know you might not have the money, I know you might not, you know, think you're a salesperson or whatever. They throw out all these objections. They project all the negativity that's still stuck in their subconscious mind. Yeah. So one is apologizing. Two is sabotaging their own business without even realizing it. They start a little team, they sabotage the team, and the team gets mad and leaves, or gets discouraged and leaves. What other things happen as a result of a blueprint? Outside of these couple examples, the apologizing and projecting the negativity to the world and the sabotage thing that happens. What else happens?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that take place, and it's not just things that have been planted in your mind a long time ago. It's things that are planted in your mind as you're building your business. So an example of this would be, you know, what happens the first time you get rejected? What happens the first time somebody that's on your team quits your business? These are all key things that happen that I call them shutdowns. What happens when things take place that shut you down mentally in your business, and how do you, because a lot of times what happens is you might get your mind pretty good and you might start to get pretty confident, but just like any business, and that's a key point, is just like anything you do, you have good days and you have not so good days. And on those not so good days, when somebody quits your business, and that's a shutdown, how are you going to respond to it? Because most people in network marketing or in multi-level marketing, when those shutdowns take place, they're not prepared for it. And typically when somebody quits your business, an inexperienced person will also quit. In fact, that's the number one reason they do quit. So you have to be prepared for those things. You have to have a good mentor and a coach that's going to train you. Look, you're going to have these good experiences and you're going to have these not so good experiences every single day in this business, and you got to be prepared for them. And we talk a lot about those things.
Well, and what I like to say all the time is there's no good experiences really and no bad experiences. It's just learning experiences. That's right. You're going to learn from both. Yeah. So long as you get better,
that's right.
As long as you move forward. Talk about how you can create a more positive MLM blueprint moving forward by exposing yourself to more positive things.
Well, there's a lot of things. One of the things I love about what you're doing with Network Marketing Pro is that it's a place of positive exposure. And to me, exposure is everything. I talk a lot about that in the book. How is a blueprint created in the first place? It's created by exposures. You know, the original way that you created blueprints is, you know, you had this actual blue paper and a bright light would expose an image onto that, and that's how they created copies of blueprints. So you create these exposures, and you gotta get yourself around more positive exposures to our profession. And again, that's what I love about what you do is you provide those. You gotta read the good books, you gotta listen to the good tapes, you gotta go to your company events. You have to stay going to those company events. You got to tap into the weekly conference calls. Those things are critical.
Get around positive people.
They're absolutely critical that you do those things. If you don't do those things, you don't make it in this business, period. I don't care who you are. You cannot make it in this business without exposing yourself to the right things, because the world is going to expose you to all the bad stuff.
Yep.
They're going to expose you to the lies. See, Eric, I believe that the negativity in the world, those are the lies. The positivity in the world that's the truth. And you have a responsibility. It's harder to stay positive than it is to go negative. And you got to take a responsibility to do that. So when it comes to recreating a stronger blueprint for MLM success, you have to take responsibility for it. You have to plug yourself into that positivity. And you have to create the affirmations that say, I am successful in my network marketing business. I am a 7-figure income earner in my network marketing business. And not only create the affirmation, but create the daily language that supports that affirmation, and keep going to positive things that will reinforce that, and you will absolutely make it.
Hey,
My name is Eric Worre, and if you're involved in the network marketing profession, I want to invite you to come to the Network Marketing Pro YouTube channel. Every week, we put out content on how you can become a network marketing professional. We have tips, ideas, strategies, interviews with million-dollar earners in the profession, interviews with global icons like Tony Robbins or Sir Richard Branson, lots of different things that we provide. They're absolutely free. Do yourself a favor, click on the link, subscribe to the YouTube channel, tell your friends to do the same, and I can't wait to see you there.